Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Seven, and today I'm going to be telling you guys a real fun story. This should be a really entertaining video. What's going on in the background is a little bit more CSGO content. I'm playing Arms Race. Again, I apologize for the shitty frame rate and the shitty gameplay. I'm still picking up how to play CSGO and using a mouse and keyboard and whatnot, so don't be too harsh on me down in the comments below. But without further ado, let me tell you about this story about how I got absolutely baked in this Mexican restaurant. So and I know I was watching my last videos and I realized that my voice was sounding a bit dreary, a bit sad, so I'm gonna try and be more a little more energetic, put a little pep in my step for you guys, because I do want to make entertaining videos for you guys. Without further ado, let me start the story. So a little bit of context. I have a friend, he used to live with me. We used to go to school together. We used to, hang out a lot together. But then he ended up joining the army, and then he's up in Colorado now. And so he had, it was his birthday, and he had some time off. And so he was like, "Hey, why don't you come up for Colorado? We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna go out party, clubbing, etc., etc. You know what, people do for their birthdays." So, but I ended up buying a ticket, flying up to Colorado, and seeing my buddy. And so I shit you not, every single night I was wasted on something. I never spent a single night sober, but the night that stood out the most was the night that I tried an edible for the first time. And for anyone watching, don't do drugs. I'm not condoning the use of drugs. I'm just telling you my personal experience, my first time ever using it. But this is my first time getting high, period. And so an edible, let alone like an edible, would just fuck me up, period. But let me start from the beginning. So this is my second night there. So we slept in because the first night we got pissed drunk. And so we slept in the second day. We woke up, it was about noon. We went out, got some lunch, hung out for a bit. And then since he's an athlete, he still competes. So he has to, he has a daily workout routine. So he's like, "Yo, I'm gonna go hit the gym. You can come with. But also here's this edible." And I was like, "Oh." I kind of raised an eyebrow. I was like, "Oh, an edible?" He's like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "You want to try it?" And I'm like, "For sure, dude. I'm in fucking Colorado. Of course I'm gonna try it." And so I take this gummy. It's about the size of a quarter, or maybe a little bit bigger, but I take it, I eat the whole thing. And he's like, "Dude, like by the time I'm done with my workout, you should be feeling it." And he told me he works out for about 2 hours. I was like, "Okay, word." So we go to the gym, we're just hanging out. And then he walks up to me. He was like, "Yo, you feeling it?" I'm like, "No, not at all. I think I'm high." And I say that, I think I'm high. But then he looks at me, he's like, "If you think you're high, you're most definitely not high." I was like, "All right, word." So an hour goes by and he's like, "Yo, is it kicking in yet?" And I'm like, "I think so. I feel a little funny." He's like, "Definitely not." And he's like, "All right, look, we're going to finish the workout. And then I'm going to take you to a restaurant, and then we're going to get another one in you, and you're going to have a good time." I'm like, "All right, word." So finish the workout. We get in the car. We go pick up a buddy of his, and he asked me again. He's like, "Yo, like, are you feeling it?" I'm like, "Not at all." And then his buddy, we told his buddy what's up, told him that we had an edible, and he started laughing. He's like, "Dude, we're gonna have a fun time." But we get to this Mexican restaurant, right? And then we're sitting in a booth. I'm on one side by myself, and then my buddy and his friend are on the other side. So we order our food, and we're at a Mexican restaurant, so we're just all munching on chips. Food comes out, and then I demolish my plate because I'm starving. I don't know. I just eat a lot. I have a high metabolism, I guess. But I demolish my food, and both of them are still eating. So I just start munching on chips. And then my buddy, he looks at me. He's like, "Yo, like, do you want some more food? Like, I could buy you another plate, or like you can order more food. Like, it's not a big deal." And then I was trying to tell him, "Nah, man, I'm good. I'm just eating chips, passing the time." But then he looks at me and he goes, "What?" And he has the dumbest look on his face. He's like, "What did you just say?" And he looked like, I was like, well, "What did I just say?" And then I tried to say it again, but then my mouth wasn't working. A bunch of fucking gibberish came out. I sounded like an idiot. And I could tell I sounded like an idiot by the looks on their faces. And my friend was like, dude, what? Like, what are you saying? And then the other guy that was with us looks over, and he starts patting my friend on the chest. He's like, dude. I think it's hitting him. And then both their faces light up. And then at that moment, I knew I was fucked. I was absolutely baked in that Mexican restaurant. And I started laughing. I mean, like, uncontrollably laughing. And, like, I started causing a scene laughing. I started crying. My freaking cheeks were hurting. My stomach was hurting. I was laughing so freaking hard. I shit you not. I was causing the biggest scene in that Mexican restaurant. And for those of you who don't know what it's like being high, again, I don't do it. I don't condone drugs. Just putting that out there. But to explain what it feels like, it's like everything, for me at least, everyone has different highs, but for me, I get super funny. Like, I start laughing. Well, everything is funny. I just laugh uncontrollably. And I was literally sitting there and no one said anything. I was just talking to myself in my head, and that was funny. Like, there was like a little voice in my head, and it was like, yo, like, dude, you're high as shit. And then like another voice in my head was like, dude, I know. I don't know if like I'm just freaking retarded, but that's how I was whenever I was high, and I was laughing at everything, and like no one said anything. I was just laughing at myself. But needless to say, they took their food to go before I caused any more of a scene, and they chucked me into the back of his car, and I was laid out in the back seat just laughing my ass off at nothing. I was having such a good time doing nothing. It was the dumbest thing ever. We get back to the house, and then I'm high as shit. They're like, dude, let's go play some cards, get some drinks, and let's just hang out. I'm like, oh, word. And so we're around the table, and then they start pouring up drinks, and then we are just having a blast. We're playing cards. They're feeling a little buzzed, and we're playing like Cards Against Humanity, and we're just chopping it up. And then after the cards, we start listening to music. We're just chilling. I'm still high as shit, laughing at everything, and they're laughing at me because they're drunk. And then we ended up calling a night, going to bed. Wake up the next morning. We slept in again, of course, because we were just hungover as shit. But I am still fucking high at this point. It's been an entire day. Entire day. I am still pretty freaking high. I woke up and I'm like, yo, I am still not normal. It was fun for the first like few hours, but then I kind of got tired of it. I was like, I kind of want to stop laughing at everything. I probably look dumb as shit right now. I want to go back to normal. But then he took me. We went out, got lunch, and then we ended up getting going to this like local taco stand. We had Mexican 2 times in a row, but it was totally worth it. Colorado, by the way, has the best food, the best atmosphere. Everyone's so freaking chill there. Probably because everyone's baked like I was. But I ended up riding out the high for the rest of the day, and then we ended up partying it up again that night. So but yeah, that was my experience taking an edible for the first time. It was so bizarre. Just everything was just funny. Like a wave just hit me all at once. If you have to second guess yourself and ask yourself that you're high, you're definitely not high. And he wasn't kidding when he said that. But again, I don't condone drugs. Don't sue me. Don't have the feds come to my door or something. But yeah, that was my story. I hope it was entertaining for you guys. It sure was one hell of a ride for me. But a couple of quick notes. I want to talk about the kind of direction for this channel. Right now, I'm really having fun with this upload schedule. I like making videos, even though no one's really watching them. I kind of enjoy this lifestyle, making videos and just kind of, fucking about, doing whatever I want to do. But if anyone watching has any recommendations of what they want to see, any games that they want to recommend, leave them in the comments below. I'm open to trying new things, But again, I want to apologize for the quality of everything. Right now, I'm running everything through my laptop. It's kind of pathetic. I don't have that much money, so for the time being, my laptop and this microphone's gonna have to do. That's why I'm not doing actual live gameplay commentary. I'd love to do videos like that. I feel like it'd be really entertaining, really fun to do for you guys and for me. But for the time being, I just need to save up for a rig so I could build my own PC gaming rig. Anyways, if you guys made it to the end of the video, this far, I really appreciate it. I know I have a habit of rambling on for too long, spewing nonsense, but leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Comment down below if you have any suggestions for what I should talk about next, any topics in the news or anything like that you want to hear me talk about, give my thoughts on. And tell me if you have any stories similar to mine, and then I'd love to hear about it. But if you enjoyed content like this, subscribe. I'll be making videos like this. Right now, I think I'm just going to stick with a daily schedule. I'm really enjoying this. But until next time, I'll see you guys.